Hey, hi, hello, and welcome. Um, I don't know what I'm doing today, but I wanted to use some cards I haven't used in a minute. It's raining outside, so if you hear some rumbling, just know that it's the thunder. Excuse me. Let's see what we're gonna get up to today. I did have an idea to do one of the spreads that I actually built, specifically that angel spread. So let's do that. Let's do that. And I was like, oh, it's almost Halloween, so I'll use dispensers. Why not? I feel like I use these primarily for like weekly releases and stuff like that. Or if ever I'm like, I don't want to be too serious, I'll use these cards, and then it's serious. I was like, these are supposed to be a joke. This is a novelty deck. It's fine. What am I looking for? The spread. Okay. I was like, I already forgot. Well, let's actually use the other device so it comes up a little larger. Larger, little mo, and charger. Charger, isn't that a horse? Like a bronco or something? Or is that just like football? The Chargers are, that's football, right? I don't know sports. I don't know why I chose today to try to act like I do. Okay. Novelty spreads. Here we go. There's the Manticore spread. Here's the Angel spread. Oh, it's only 4 cards. Work. Ooh, hold it. Can I get rid of this? Please. There we go. That's how we do that. Oh, I love technology nowadays. The salamander spread. Oh, I didn't even finish building this one. What? How did I not finish the salamander spread? Hello? I'm shook. Because the format is very interesting. Very interesting. I don't have enough space for it, though, honestly. I'll have to finish that one day. Okay, I'm just reading this so I can get a general idea. Alright, alright. So this is how we're going to do this. Oh gosh, please. I cannot afford another deck with missing cards, please. Please. Please just stop. Just stop it, please. Oh my gosh. I never did find the missing cards from the Mystic Mondays. And it's a deck that I didn't use. Oh, snap. The Four of Wands is the card that fell on the flow. The Fairy. Okay, alright, alright. They might honestly have been outside because I used that deck outside like twice or a few times actually back when I was recording stuff at like 6 something in the morning for whatever reason. Well, what's up here? The Five of Pentacles, Shaman, and the Page of Cups, Satyr. It's interesting because earlier today I read something that in certain Inuit traditions, Oh, bottom of the deck is the world. Here's the major completion card. Here's the minor completion card in the Four of Wands. Love it. Um, in Inuit traditions, if certain hunters accept to be eaten by a bear, they come back as a shaman in the next life. And that had me thinking, like, because I do believe in reincarnation, I guess. It's like I do, but I wouldn't necessarily say that I do, but I do. You know what I mean? But even if I was like absolutely 100% sure, I would have to want to be a shaman really, really, really badly to let myself get eaten alive by a bear. Ooh, and it said that they have to accept it. So I don't think it's like it just happens. It seems like they basically go out and feed themselves to bears. And I don't want to this is not to like put anything on anyone's traditions or belief systems at all. It's just me saying, girl, I don't know if I could do that. But not everyone is cut out to be a shaman, so it ain't for me to do. I'm not a hunter anyway, though. I mean, maybe if I was raised in that environment, I could be like, literally, I had a potato earlier today that I couldn't eat because it started to sprout a little bit and it looked a little green, and I felt bad because it reminded me that even potatoes are alive. I don't like to be reminded that any of my food was alive. I don't care if it is a plant, because the plant life is still alive, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it doesn't sit right with me. So I put that potato back in the bag, and I just cried a little bit, but it's fine. On the inside, of course. My mom was like, Patrick. I was like, Mom, it's alive. It was green. I saw a little bit of green. I think maybe it wasn't green. Maybe I was just tripping. She was like, when you peel it, they come right off. I'm like, yeah, but that's not the point. Ooh, there's the headless horseman with the star. I remember that headless, heartless programming video. Now the star is coming out. Maybe the headless horseman is going to get his head back. Now we have the chariot and the headless horseman. That's some healing. Okay. Let's see. I want to call my friend tomorrow to see how she is doing. If I'm like, it was a few months ago, I was kind of starting to want to be a part of a community, a little bit low key, and then I remembered what my experience has been so far, and I was like, I think I'll pass. Now, I don't know. I feel like I'm not necessarily the easiest to not get along with, but you know. Hey, Clorinda. 2:22 p.m. Oh wow. How are you doing today, Clorinda? How are you doing today? I'm actually gonna shuffle all of these first. I was just gonna like go with it, but because I want to use one of these and 3 Lenormand cards. And I did have a feeling to lay these down first, so we're going to do that, and then we'll lay the other thing on top. Lay it on top, lay it on top. What's on the schedule for today? That is an interesting question, Clorinda. I'm going to be doing one of the spreads that I built a while ago. It's titled like the Angel Spread. Should be maybe like BWM, Build With Me. This thing is all whatever. They actually had cloths on sale on Prime Day, so didn't order any because funds were limited, as they say. Miss E here still, and then Master C will be here for a sleepover. Sounds like a good time. Hopefully you get some rest tonight. And no one hits the bed. One second, y'all. Oh, goodness. You're exhausted already. Well, that. Maybe you'll just sleep right through. Maybe you'll just sleep right through anything. When you're tired enough, you can sleep through earthquakes. Maybe. Some people feel them, some people don't. I've never felt an earthquake. There have been like minor tremors and like smaller earthquakes, but I never felt them. And then you go to school the next day and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, did you feel that earthquake?" "Yeah, bro, I was sleeping and it felt like somebody was shaking my bed." I'm just like, "What? I slept through the night. What are y'all talking about?" I don't know. I feel like I missed out on an experience. And it wasn't severe at all, so you know. But I think I did just read that in Alaska, which is interesting because I was looking at polar bears earlier. There was a earthquake somewhere, and now there's a warning for a tsunami, maybe, or something like that. Wow! Hold up, y'all. I keep typing the wrong word. Um, yeah, they might be getting some blowback. You felt an earthquake so weird, stable ground all shaking. Crazy. Trying baking with Miss E. She made two, and that was it. I just got a text message, Clarinda. Clarinda, I think I'm officially burnt out on pierogies. I made a bunch. There were only like three left in the box, so I was like, "Oh, I'll just make them." And then I was eating them, and I started to get full, and I was like, "I don't want to eat anymore." And I had three left on my plate, and I was like, "Wow, this is the three that I said that I would just make. If I had not made these, I could have just had them later, but I ate them anyway, and now I'm kind of burnt out because I forced myself to eat when I wasn't hungry." That's why I don't get Jimmy John's anymore. I spent too much money at Jimmy John's and in 1 month, and I was like, I will never eat Jimmy John's again because I spent too much money. And I've had Jimmy John's twice since then, and that was like 2012. So yeah, I can be like that though, because I'm stubborn. I'm a stubborn Taurus placement man with Aquarius and Scorpio as well, and my Chiron and Leo completing the square. There we go. Right? No, well, 27, 25, 23, 17. So my actual planets are a lot tighter, and Chiron is a little looser, but you didn't hear that from me. Oh, I'm sorry. Why did I leave the book out? Ooh, yeah. You have to try the sweet ones. Ooh, that's so you. Yeah. Usually, like if I don't eat too much at once, then I'm fine. But it was just like I'm so full, I don't want to eat anymore. I wasn't even full. I was just like, I don't want to eat anymore, but I ate them anyway, and then that just ruined it for me. The key. We're just gonna see what comes out, I guess. Now. These cookies are the bomb. White chocolate chip and orange. You had me at white chocolate chip. Lost me at orange. But I'm glad that they're tasty. Oh yeah. Small and good for the waistline, not for mentality. Yeah, my stomach has shrunk as well. I'm like you said, good for the waistline, but sometimes I do like, especially if I have really good food, because I don't get like really, really, really good food often. So when I am eating something that I really, really, really enjoy, I want to be able to not stop. Have no limits. Ooh, oh, the lady, key lady. Okay, that's interesting. The lady in the key. The lady and the key. Lady and the key. Lady and the key. I'm sorry. So yummy. Oh, okay. The fox in the tree. Lady in the key, the fox in the tree. Are we creating a children's nursery rhyme or something? Lady in the key, fox in the tree. Hey. You feel like you're missing out. Missing out on what? The singing? Oh, missing out on the food. Yeah, yeah. And your food is so limited. I just sounded like the people singing in your church. Yeah, see, I got my food struggles are limited. But my mom made some shrimp and rice. I thought she said chicken and rice, but she said shrimp and rice. And I was like, shrimp. But it was actually really good. It was pretty tasty. I enjoyed the flavors. Ave Maria. There was this one girl in my high school. Her name was Krista. She was really cool. She was really cute. She was blonde. She was really popular. Her dad was a teacher. She did show choir. And she was into anime. I was like, girl, I did not think that you'd be into anime. And she went around singing Ave Maria to the Latin classes. And her dad was not pleased. Cause he was like, she needs to be saving her voice for something, or she shouldn't just be using her voice like that, or something like that. I don't know. I forgot all about that. I should hit up Krista. She was so cool. I was like, what, girl? You're in the anime? I can't believe it. She's like, yeah. Come on. I would try to sing it for you, but you cry every time you hear it. Miss E is singing. Oh, she's singing Ave Maria. I almost did it. The Key and the Lady, the Fox in the Tree. Ooh, here and a little bit of mystery, and a little bit of mystery. Let's get a little bit more. Let's get a little bit more. Let's see. Let's see what this is all about. What's the big idea? What's the big idea? Well, bottom of the deck is the clouds. Nothing is as it seems. Not necessarily. We have mice and flowers. Mice is 23. Flowers is 9. Mice and flowers. I feel like this is the energy of something brightening up, opening up, ripening, little by little by little. Maybe in inconceivable, maybe in inconceivable ways. Not inconceivable, because that's something that you can't conceive of. What's something that you can't like perceive? Imperceptible? I don't think imperceptible is a word. Perceivable. You see alphabet. We sing alphabet 1, 2, 3. Barely perceivable ways. Something brightening in barely perceivable ways, or in ways that we can't even perceive. Hmm. What is it though? What is it? What is it? It's the moon. Of course it's the moon. I had a feeling that it would be the moon. Because we don't see it. There's also this. Oh, what is the name of that flower? There's a flower that only blooms in moonlight. And I saw it recently. Because somebody was like, oh, it's like this one flower by the rise of the moon. And then they were like, because the flower only it blooms at night. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. There aren't too many flowers that bloom at night. Hey Siri, what is a flower that blooms at night? Nightshade.
Okay, I found this on the web for what is the flower that blooms at night.
Check 11, 13. Okay, well, let's see if I can find the one that was mentioned. We got nightshade. We got purple orchids. I don't know. Use code GREEN20 for 20% off of Garden Lovers. Garden Lovers, oh my gosh. I'm going to go looking around the garden card and the lovers card. Watch me. Well, I guess I'll do it now. Not chocolate daisies, no. Queen of the Night, I don't think so. Datura or Datura, I don't think it was that one. Evening Primrose, I don't think so. Casablanca Lily, no. Gardenia Augusta, no. Hold up. Oh, here it is. Moonflowers. I don't think it was Moonflowers. If it was Moonflowers, Night Gladiolus, it might have been that one. If you want to attract butterflies to your yard and you live in zone 7 to 10 where it produces creamy yellow flowers, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. On stems that grow up to 4 feet tall, this flower has a spicy fragrance that many people love to smell. Dragon fruit flowers. Don't think it might have been that night gladiolus, honestly. It might have been that night gladiolus, I think. Boom, boom, boom. Da 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 do 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 do. Oh my gosh. What was it? I'll look it up. Well, I am looking it up, but I do want to see what the message goes for these. They attract butterflies. Butterflies are about transformation. I think we'll take this one. But we'll keep reading just in case. 4 o'clocks. Nope, not 4 o'clocks. Nottingham catchflies. No. Night blooming water lilies. No. I think there's only two left. No. Polyanthes tuberosa. No. I'm pretty sure it's not this. Well, let's see. Night. What was it? Gladiolus. Nightshade. Night gladiolus. Gladiolus. What is that? I think it's. I know gladius is Latin for sword, or gladius. I think. I think. Don't quote me on that. Gladius. I'm pretty sure gladius is sword. Gladiolus. What is gladiolus? Because I feel like that means. Well, I'm about to look it up, so we'll see. Night gladiolus. Gladys Knight? No. Nice try, though. Gladiolus. Oh! Dragon fruit is yummy. I've never had it. At night, they attract butterflies. Well, I don't know if they like attract them in the morning, but they bloom at night. Good old Gladys. That sounds interesting. That's what it said, though. Why am I on images? Oh, no, I'm not. Okay. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So, sword lily. Gladiolus nightmare. Sword lily. Yeah, I was like gladius. Or gladiolus. Isn't that Latin for night? We'll get into this in a second. Oh, darn it. Well, I already came on. If I'm using the Spencers, then it's probably going to be some. Excuse me. Probably going to be some looking up. I thought it'd be mythology, but gladiolus. Because I know gladiolus means something. Maybe I should have put Latin. Gladiolus. Maybe it is just that sword lily. Gladiolus meaning. Here we go. Gladioli have a unique long and pointed shape. Because of their shape, they are named after the Latin word gladius, meaning sword. So it is gladius. Because of their association with gladiators, the gladiolus flower, meaning is strength and integrity, they also symbolize infatuation. Okay, well, whatever. So there we go. We got some strength and we got some integrity. We got gladius, which is Latin for sword. The gladiators, the warriors. And I did see the barbarian. I think. Mom just said they bloom during the day, not night. This one is a. It said it was a night gladiolus specifically, but it looks like they do have a lot of different kinds of them. But I guess they also had night lilies on the list, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. 2 to 5 feet tall, a 5 foot tall flower. Oh wow. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Night gladiolus, night blooming flowers. It says on here. I don't know. Is that just the color? I have no clue. Clorinda. Gladiolus tristis. It's a pale yellow with the spicy scent. I don't know. Well, here's some Wikipedia. Let's see. Gladius sword. It's a genus of perennial cormous flowering plants in the iris family. Oh, let's see. So that's not the species, though, right? Gladiolus communis. So there are about 200 different species of gladiolus flowers, according to this Wikipedia. The genus occurs in Asia, Mediterranean Europe, South Africa, and tropical Africa. Okay. Horticulture species. The genus Gladiolus contains about 300 species. The World Checklist of Selected Plant Families had over 276 species in 1988. As of February 2017, it accepted 300 species. There are 260 species of Gladiolus endemic to southern Africa and 76 in tropical Africa. About 10 species are native to Eurasia. It's been divided into many sections. Most species, however, are only tentatively placed. And then here's a. Are they going to list every single one? Yep, it looks like they are listing all of the all of the different species of Gladiolus. Well, this one, it was Gladiolus T something, right? So let's see. Tristis, Gladiolus tristis. It's a species of Gladiolus known by several common names, including ever-flowering Gladiolus and Marsh africaner. Okay, is this the night one though, or no? There's that. There's that word again. Yup. You have some in your garden. Wow. The description matches the cards. It does, doesn't it? A night bloom. Well, that's why I went looking for it, because it was a night blooming flower. Maybe it wasn't the night gladiolus. I don't remember. But strength and integrity. Well, let's see if the night gladiolus has a specific meaning. Night gladiolus meaning. Well, strength and integrity and night. It's a very Seven of Wands energy. It's a very Seven of Wands. That's everything I've been talking about. Holding space in the dark. It does not look like we're going to get a specific one for the night gladiolus, but that's fine. Because this is just a gladiolus at night. Another one is remembrance. So we have strength and integrity, infatuation. By giving a gladiolus to someone, the giver sends the message, "You pierce my heart," to the receiver because of the flower's pointed shape. Another gladiolus meaning is remembrance. So we got remembrance, infatuation, and all of that. And it's slowly blossoming at night. And that's why we can't see it, because it's happening in places that we don't know. But the key and the lady is looking at the key, and the lady is a person card. So what's behind the lady? What's behind the lady, please? Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter, because we all have our own pasts. But we're coming to the spot of, and the key is 33, right? Yeah, key is master number 33. The lady is number 29, which we saw yesterday. Or on the Legacy channel, 29 was... It was a card that came out. What was it? It's not Magical Dimensions. It was this one. It was the one all the way over here, wasn't it? Maybe not. I don't remember. Fox is number 14. Tree is number 5. And then 32 is the moon. 23. Hey, look. 32 and 23. Moon and mice. M words. Moon. Mice. 32, 23. And what was this one again? 9. So this lady is about to unlock something. I feel like it's about stepping into these things that we haven't necessarily been in before, and something about our past is actually the key to moving into this, but I don't think we can keep holding on to the past, though. Potentially. And then we have Fox and the Tree. The Fox and the Tree, to me... If I read these, like, if I read this left to right Lenormandie, in my mind, this is something shifting into something more permanent. Something is becoming a permanent fixture. And then in the space of night, there are these small things happening that maybe we're not looking at the right time, or we're not looking in the right way. And that's why we can't tell that these are blooming. Because if this is a night variety of this flower, but we don't know that, then we may dig them up because they never bloom. But if we looked at night, we would see that they actually open up. We just have a variety of flower that we didn't know about, right? I was like, what? I didn't know these came in a night variety. It's like, yeah. Sometimes you just get a seed and you plant it. The key is the answer or holds it. Mirror numbers. But the thing about the moon lately, for me, it's things that we can't see but we can feel. So it's not unknowable. And if the meaning of the flower is piercing, then it could also be taken to mean like piercing the darkness, to reveal some kind of light. And it attracts butterflies. Butterflies are creatures of transformation, but are they actually moths? Because in French, a moth is like a night butterfly, right? Or a butterfly of the night. It's what, papillon de nuit or something like that? Hey Siri, how do you say moth in French? Oh, wait.
In French, mouth is bouche.
Not bouche. Hey Siri, how do you say moth in French?
In French, mouth is bouche.
Not mouth. Hey Siri, how do you say moth in French?
In French, moth is papillon de nuit.
Yeah, papillon de nuit. It's a night butterfly. I don't know. I gotta go to the restroom, but I'll hold it for now. We're just not looking in the right way or at the right time. And that's why we're missing it. Maybe this will come out. What card did I say I was going to go looking for? The Garden and the Lovers. So let's just look really quick around those two. What is this? The Scythe? How did that end up turned over? So here's the Garden. So we have 35, the Anchor, 20, the Garden, and then 36, the Cross. So the Garden is sitting between 35 and 36. The anchor and the cross. Hey, look, there's the polar bear. There's the bear, right? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Yep, there's the bear. Let's see what's around the lovers. Going looking for the succubus, right? I mean, I don't know. It's not. I feel like it's not really hidden though. We're just not looking in the right places or in the right spaces because we don't know. Because we think we're dealing with one thing, but we're actually dealing with something else. And so it's not inherently deceptive. It's just us not knowing what it is that we're looking at or looking for. Which is why South Node is in Sagittarius right now. North Node Gemini. This is a local variety. If you go anywhere else in the world, it may behave in a different way. But here, things work different. And maybe that's what this key is about. It's about coming into this different understanding. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. Here it is. Oh, well, look, there's the death card. Death, the lovers, and the Ace of Wands. Well, there's that salamander. And I was talking about not finishing the salamander spread. Then we got the Three of Swords behind that. Oof. And the Eight of Cups. Three of Swords and the Eight of Cups. So definitely walking away. It feels like as long as we're in this sulking type of energy, we'll miss it. So we have Death and the Ace of Wands. And then we have the Cross and the Anchor. The Cross and the Anchor to me reads as a very sort of holy burden type of energy. Very much so. Very much so. I will actually be right back because I need to use the restroom. I drank like a bottle, nearly 2 bottles of water before I started this. Don't ask me why. I was thirsty. Back. Ooh. My eye is burning a little bit. This is interesting. So we got Death and the Ace of Wands, which is about the things that we desire changing because we're changing, because we're aligning more to who we authentically are. But before we can come fully into the space of this authenticity, we have to make ourselves light. And that's the anchor and the cross. And we make ourselves light by rooting through all of the stuff that we'd rather avoid. As long as we continue to avoid it, it weighs us down because we are not able to fully resolve it. Where did my water go? Did I put it over here? I'll probably be thank you, Linda. I'll probably be back in the bathroom in like 45 minutes to an hour. So that's this keyhole that the lady is looking into. The moon, the mice, and the flowers. Now, with that in mind, it's speaking of these difficulties and hardships and other things that we haven't known the reasoning and the purpose behind actually causing us to bloom. Because we're the flowers that bloom in the night, and without night, we never bloom. Right? When everything is good, you don't look at the things that need to be addressed, right? It's more dismissive and it's more passive. It's like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Because as long as it's like a minor inconvenience, then we just ignore it. What's really throwing me is the fox in the tree. Because I know the story about the crow in the tree. And there was a fox in that story, right? There was the crow with the piece of cheese. Speaking of cheese. There was a crow with the piece of cheese. And the fox wanted the cheese. And the crow wasn't going to give the fox the cheese. But then it's like the fox convinced the crow to sing or something like that. And when the crow opened its mouth to sing, then it dropped the cheese. And the fox gladly and quickly gobbled it up and kept it moving. So where's the crow? Let's see what's around birds. I don't think I saw birds when I was going through this either. What's up with the birds? Well, there's the storks. What up with them birds, though? Oh, here they are. So we have clover, birds, and the heart. Oh, wait. With the rider and the ship. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Okay. See, but birds, they know. Birds have a knowing that they get a perspective that we don't see. And I've spent too long on this. This is not what this is about. So we're just going to move on. I feel like it's going to be different for all of us. Da 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 da. Oh goodness! Oh, here's the dog. The dog speaks of loyalty. Dog and the stars. Wow. With the moon at the bottom of the deck, I feel like there is this loyalty here towards getting us to where we want to be. It just may require some things that we didn't know that it would require at the jump. We made these large wishes for things that we weren't in a space, honestly, to be able to receive. And so when we made the wish, we also manifested the opportunity to become those worthy of claiming it. We got the moon with the snake and the gentleman. Well, here's the gentleman. And the gentleman is looking away from the snake. So this gentleman has gone through a transformation. So there was Key Lady and Snake Man. Gentleman is 28, I believe. Yep. And then number 7 is the snake. The snake. There's a snake. No problem, Clinda. Just did the chicken dance with Miss E. This is what I was talking about. The fox had turned themselves into mice to lure the snakes out of the grass. And there was and it didn't have to be the masculine energy, but the garden of the gate was on the other side. So, um, but it spoke of, or it was coming out that there was someone who was like surrounded by snakes, basically. And so they adopted snakish tendencies. And they were convinced that they were a snake, or maybe they were a snake and they didn't know that they were a snake. But in time, because there is a clock on this moon, three things that cannot long be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. So in time, some truths were probably revealed. And it led this gentleman energy to want to put this behind him, to go through that metamorphosis and transformation. That's death in the Ace of Wands that came out around the lovers. Interesting. Oh, look, and then the lady came back out. Oh, well, now the lady is with the coffin. So the gentleman is ready to move, but the lady has already put this one in the ground. Lady's like, yeah, I've moved on, but I'm glad that you finally did whatever it was that you needed to do. And this, I talked about this as well. The lady that goes to the coffin, right? And it was the last time I used these cards, I believe. There's this lady that goes to the coffin to mourn this gentleman, and she's in mourning at the coffin, and then someone comes up from behind her and they're like, oh, did you know who this, who lies here? And she's like, yes, it was blah 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 whatever. And then he's like, huh, what, like, you mean me? You mean me? And then she turns around, she's like, oh my gosh, you're not dead. No, some gentlemen are gonna die. Some ladies are gonna not unlock what it is that they need to unlock. But here, oh, the stars. Oh, the stars and the clouds. Oh, this is a lot. The garden. Well, there's the garden again. And the tree. Ooh, I love this. And Bear is at the bottom of the deck. So the stars, the clouds, the garden, and the tree. Well, the stars and the clouds, this is about finally getting clarity in an area where everything was unknown for a while. And it could have something to do with this moon, related to the things that we weren't just like, because nothing is guaranteed, and promises can be broken, contracts can be nullified. And then the garden and the tree. The tree is a permanent energy. It's something that it stands for a really long time. And the garden is a public space. So it's like she had to be willing to put this to bed in order for him to do what he had to do. She's looking to the moon. Now, she put this death behind her to move forward even when she didn't know the way. But she kept moving, right? The night gladiolus. It's that the strength and integrity in the space of night. That's her. And that's why this thing is now blooming. Because she did whatever she needed to do. She let this go. And she went through her transformation. Now he, as this is happening, and they're looking in opposite directions, starts to get clarity on things that had his vision clouded. And it's almost like in the space of this public arena, he was searching for what he didn't like. He didn't even know what he was searching for. Well, then he comes upon this really, really, really old tree in the middle of the garden. Maybe the tree where that fox was, because he's looking towards the tree. And so, because I just told you that a while ago, it was like the foxes are going to turn themselves into mice to lure the snakes out of the grass. So maybe that's what happened. There's some public type of energy here with the garden. We just saw the fox with the tree, and we saw the mice with the moon. So the fox turned itself into mice to lure these snakes out of the grass. And as that happened, it brought these things to the awareness of this gentleman so he could go through a space of healing and transformation to gain some like internal clarity. But still they're not facing each other. And I'm not gonna dig into that anymore. Because I like a little bit of mystery. I do. The bear was at the bottom of the deck. So maybe winter will end in this lifetime. Maybe winter ends in the next lifetime or 5 lifetimes after that. Who knows? But it's like they were too close to each other to see whatever it was that they needed to see. And then still too attached to do whatever it was that they needed to do. The stars came out again. I'm just trying to shuffle these. I'm not trying to have cards just flying out. So similar to a Pisces reading you heard today. Interesting. Interesting. Well, what's coming up with the stars? Thank you. The fish! Speaking of a Pisces reading, are you talking about a star sign Pisces with the stars and the fish? Goodness. Oh, the sun is at the bottom of the deck. I love that. I feel like this is about intuitively going with the flow and navigating in that space, right? It gives me a very deep scorpionic, it's a scorpionic deep sea creature vibe where they've evolved to live without sunlight. And so they have other ways to see, other ways to navigate the darkness. You know, but you gotta go with the flow. Gotta be open to evolve. Spirit be here, LOL, right? Okay, can I put these down now? Please. Let's give this a few shuffles and a cut. Let's give this a few shuffles and a cut. One more shuffle. 2 more cuts. Okay. So this time I'm only going to take face down cards. Please. Only going to take face down cards. Please. That was one of them. Where'd it go? I saw you flip over. There you are. I'm trying out new ways to shuffle. But I'm also still trying to, like, you know, not destroy my cards because I am clumsy enough to do that. Let me make sure I get this layout right. Yep. Face down only, please. That was the stars. Oh, nice. Oh, look, the bear. Bottom of the deck again. Interesting. Very, very interesting. No, let's get. Oh, well, that was really quick. Is that it? Okay, yeah, no. Not doing all of that. Yeah, that's it. Bottom of the deck over here is the Ten of Clubs. Ten of Clubs, I should know what this is because I saw that card like I read it once, twice, two times, twice, two times, three times, four times. I read that card like four times. I should know what it is in the Lenormand. Where's my phone? Oh, it's in my pocket. There's a Wocket in my pocket. I'm just kidding. There are no Wockets in my pockets. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I think that might be the anchor. It might be the anchor, but I can't remember. Ten of Clubs is the bear. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hold up, wait. Do y'all see this? I'm trying to zoom in. Oh, come on, phone. Don't be like that. Don't be like this, phone. Please don't be like this. Power, leadership, dominance, influence, short temper, strength of character, boss positive, and a long time. Why can I not zoom in? I don't know why it won't let me zoom in. This is so weird. Hold up, wait. Close this and not open it back up. Phone, why are you not letting me zoom right now? Why are you trying to be a party pooper? Why are you pooping my party right now? It won't let me zoom in. That's fine. Ten of Clubs is the bear. Y'all see that? Right there. Ten of Clubs, the bear. What do we have at the bottom of this deck? Oh, wait. Literally, it should be on this card. Yeah. Here it is, number 15. The bear. You see the bear? And then look right there. Ten of Clubs. Oh, well. And here it is. Ten of Clubs. After I was talking about bears today. Okay, I see you. I see you. There is something going on here. I don't know what, but there's something happening. All right, Clarinda, have a good one. No problem. I hope you enjoy your time with your family. Miss E and Master C. Okay. Now that is interesting. What's up with these bears? It was... let me read it, because I actually took pictures. Took a screenshot of the messages. Excuse me. Pepsi. Ba-da-ba-da-doo. Okay, so the primary meaning of the bear spirit animal is strength and confidence, standing against adversity, taking action and leadership. The spirit of the bear indicates it's time for healing or using healing abilities to help self or others. The bear medicine emphasizes the importance of solitude, quiet time, and rest. The spirit of the bear provides strong grounding forces. And we kind of sort of talked about that a little bit. The healing with the stars, a little bit. The standing against adversity with the moon card and that Seven of Wands energy that came out. On brand, on brand. I love when I'm not just rambling for no reason. Okay. Huh, look at that. How am I going to take these? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ah, interesting. That was quick. Bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles. So we got the King of Pentacles, and then we have 2 bears. I see that. I see that. Especially when like stocking up for the winter and like hibernating is concerned. So let's see. So let's see. We're starting with the Ace of Pentacles. This reading is so gorgeous, you guys. Because this is the space of like a hard earned gift. It's a treasure trove, it's wisdom, it's whatever we're being granted by this angel. But we've earned it. Metamorphosis is a theme for this reading. Handicraft metamorphosis, challenging challenging the gods, perfected creation, and victory that leads to despair or grief. This one, because it's Ariadne, and Ariadne was very proud of her weaving skills, she challenged Athena, the goddess of handicraft, to a battle. Arachne. I always get these names confused. Literally just talked about Ariadne like yesterday, or the day before yesterday, or 3 days ago, or 4. Within the past 5 days, I've talked about Ariadne. Arachne was the one who wove beautiful things, challenged the goddess of handicraft, Athena, to a craft off. Arachne low-key kind of won. Athena got mad, tore up her work. Arachne, I keep saying Ariadne. Arachne was so torn up about what was torn up because she poured her heart and her soul into it that she hung herself. Trigger warning, sorry. Last time I didn't mention that. But she hung herself. And Athena turned her into a spider, gave her new life as a spider. An animal, a creature associated with weaving these beautiful things that are also extremely strong. It's one of the, for what it is, one of the strongest materials on Earth that we've actually tried to replicate with synthetic means, but it's never as strong as spider silk. Never quite has the same properties. So anyway, the Ace of Pentacles is this like hard-earned gift that we're being given. And the Ace of Pentacles is that brand new world. That's what lies beyond the keyhole that the lady was looking at before. All of this stuff happening in ways that we can't really perceive it or in ways that we don't know as a result of what we're doing. It's preparing us for something. Did I say it's preparing us? Yep, it's preparing us for something. That's what I said. So, the thing that leads us here is the Nine of Cups, the Kraken. Now, the Kraken comes in with the third A name that I mixed up, Andromache. I'm pretty sure that's Andromache, and Perseus rescued Andromache from the Kraken and then married her. There was also a ring in that story from Calabas. C-A-L. Oh, whoa. No. No. I need that tab to stay open. Calabas. Calabas. Or was it Caliban? It wasn't Caliban, because that's like Halloween time or something, right? Not Calabasas. Calabas Bonaire. Okay, well, we'll look it up. I was already prepared to look up mythology, so let's look up Andromache and Perseus. Hey, I think my brain is working better today. I think my brain is working better today. How does Andromache die? Okay, well, that's not. Euripides, Andromache, Perseus, catalog, Andromache in Greek mythology. Let's go here. Kind of wanted to pull up the Wikipedia page, but that's fine. I should have just looked up Andromache. So, Andromache was one of the most famous female mortals of Greek mythology. Andromache would appear in and after the Trojan War, and although a Trojan by marriage, was highly regarded as the epitome of womanhood by the Greeks. Andromache, daughter of Aetion? Don't know. Andromache was born in the city of Thebes in the region of Cilicia in the southeast Troad, or Trode. It was a city ruled by King Aetion, although it was a city subservient to Troy. He also happened to be the father of Andromache. Well, yes. The mother of Andromache is not named, but it is said that Andromache had 7 or 8 brothers. Okay, Troy, Trojan horse. After death, the king, honored by Achilles, for the father of Andromache, was allowed to lie on the funeral pyre adorned in his armor. Brothers, blah, blah, blah. Wife of Hector and mother. So maybe it wasn't, girl. Helen of Troy, the one who caused the war? Andromache would often be compared to Helen, the wife of Menelaus, and although Helen was described as the more beautiful of the two, the characteristics of Andromache ensure that the wife of Hector was perceived as superior to Helen. Hector was the undefeatable Trojan on the field, namesake of the Five of Swords, Hector, in the SKT, and he was slain by Achilles. He was like unbeatable until Achilles got out there, and that's when Paris. That's when I was like, vulnerability beats out pride and haughtiness. Okay, this is not. So, Perseus and the Kraken. Oops. Was it Perseus? There's so many guesses. Who did Perseus save from the Kraken? Andromeda. Andromeda was chained to a rock as a sacrifice to save the monster, but was saved from death by Perseus, who marries her and takes her to Greece to reign as his queen. All these A names. So it wasn't Andromache, it was Andromeda. We got there eventually. In a very, very, very roundabout way. We got there. But I do want to know about the ring. I'm pretty sure it was a riddle. It was a Perseus riddle ring. Was it just the movie? I didn't think so. Maybe it was just the movie. Calabas. That's what it was. What did I say? Calabas? I said I wrote or I typed Calabas and it kept popping up Calabasas, but it's Calabas, Calibos. Princess Andromeda with Calabas's ring. It doesn't matter this much. Okay, it don't matter this much. I'm sorry. Here's the Kraken. Perseus slayed the Kraken to rescue his wife, or after to be wife, Andromeda. And I feel like Andromeda is a star system that we don't talk about. I don't hear it talked about too much. Everyone's like Pleiadian, right? But then you have your Andromedans. I hear, well, if it's not Pleiades, more often than not, it's the Andromedans. Then you got your Arcturians, your Orions, your Vegans, and your Lyrans. Your what's the other one? Arcturians, Orions, Andromedans. Yeah, Arcturians and Andromedans. Orion, Vega, Lyra, Syrians. Anyway, the Nine of Cups. But this Nine of Cups doesn't come easy because we had to defeat the Kraken to get it. As I said earlier, we're manifesting these things that are very fanciful, but it requires for us to grow and evolve and mature and to be better if we want to have them. So you manifest the Nine of Cups, you manifest the Kraken. They're not really separable. But with the Ace of Pentacles here, I feel like we've done it, or we're doing it. Oh, I skipped ahead. Well, here's the Two of Wands, the Cyclops. And the Two of Wands kept coming out a lot yesterday. Or was that earlier today? The Discerning One and the Spirit Keeper's Tarot. I think it was earlier today. Or yesterday. I don't know. Recently. Okay, recently. The Two of Wands was coming out a lot. The Discerning One, and it was all about discernment. Moving forward. This is the metamorphic gift that comes. Hold on, wait. Bananas. I got bananas in parentheses. I think I know what that's about though. Yeah, I skipped ahead to read to 4. Well, 4 is the Hangman in reverse. Oh, that makes sense. Because this is the gift, or this is the result from this. Hangman in reverse, we get the Two of Wands. We're not stuck anymore. We get to move now. Oh my gosh. That just makes sense. But with this Hangman being in reverse, it's not enough for us to get this alternative perspective. We also have to do something with it. And if we don't do anything with it, then it's almost like it's lost on us. You can know anything and everything, but if you don't do anything with the knowledge, then you're almost as well off as not knowing anything. I feel like there have been individual wishes and manifestations, and there have been collective ones. And it's like the dumpster fire that is so much of what's going on in Earth right now. It's actually happening for a reason. It reminds me of a dream I had the other night. I guess I've gone back to fighting in dreams as of the past few nights. It's whatever. I was away for a long time. But I remember there were these, let's just call them bad guys. There were these bad guys that I was going around and I was taking out the bad guys. But then there was a lot of people. A lot of people. And I didn't have time to be like, okay, this one's a good guy, that one's a bad guy. So I was like, well, what's something that I can do that will leave the good guys unscathed, but will take care of the bad guys? And it was fire related. So it was a fire of purification. So if something was already pure, it wouldn't burn them. But if it needed to be purified, it would do the job. And it could handle a lot of people in a short amount of time, and it didn't require for me to go through and know what was up with each individual person. It was pretty lit, honestly, because it made my life a lot easier in that dream. I was like, oh, fire, purification, boom, got it. For those who are fine, they'll be unscathed. They won't be hurt at all. For those who need it, they'll be, transformed. And I feel like, again, this is related to both individual and collective wishes. And the wishes that, as people became more and more cognizant and woke, quote unquote, and aware and whatever, as they began to manifest these things for the collective, for the global collective, for Earth, right? it pushed us into this space of cleansing and purification, because there's no way for us to get to the world that so many people wish for as we are. And so that's this. It's a purification that actually allows us to move forward. This is a Nine of Cups wish that came with the Kraken that you had to defeat. It's either you defeat the Kraken and you claim your wish, or you're defeated by the Kraken and you sink to the bottom of the sea. And we have this Ace of Pentacles to gain. We get there by moving forward and not just sitting in these, hangman positions where we have all of this awareness, all of this knowledge, where we're cultivating this connection or whatever, but we're not doing anything with it. Hangman in reverse is like, it's time to move, it's time to rise and start floating out there. Also, this Hangman is an imp. And in the Halloween tarot, which I'm seeing all over the place right now, for a good reason, it is October, the Ace of Imps is the Ace of Wands energy. And we looked at death and the Ace of Wands around the space of the Lovers and how that was transforming, because we're transforming, right? As you grow and mature and evolve and heal, the things that you want change. Not all of them and not all at once, but it's just you don't get the same satisfaction or relief as you did in the past, because you know better. So yeah, to go from here to here, that's natural. Because what do I have? I have challenging nature as number 3, and number 4 is the more metamorphic gift / the grace from this challenging nature. Hangman in reverse, the gift to just the ability to move forward. But this is moving forward in a way that we wouldn't have before, because it's an area that we were stuck in the past. And we got 2 bears at the bottom of the deck. I'm getting hibernation energy. I'm getting a long time coming. In my Lenormand, in the Mirror Truth Lenormand, this is a polar bear. So we're definitely, hibernating. Well, polar bears are interesting, because I don't think they would hibernate, would they? Necessarily. Because they live in an environment where it's always cold. So the regular bears would definitely hibernate through the winter. But here's a bear who's adapted to live in the winter. Which follows that moon, that standing our ground in the space of darkness, 7 of Wands, dark horse type of energy. And what did I talk? What was it? The fish and what was it? The stars and the fish. About how we're adapting or something like that. It was like that scorpionic energy where the fish down there, or the deep sea life, has adapted ways to see in an environment where there is no light. And maybe that's also this, right? Hangman upright was us sort of like knowing more or less how to do this. Hangman in reverse is when we had to actually start doing it. I don't want to say when we were activated, because that's just not something that I would personally say, but it's the energy of that kind of activation, as everything was on fire. But that's what I said months ago. In June or July, when the world goes dark, shine brighter. Be a star and not a satellite. This is star energy. Coming into the power of your own light. And it reminds me of that Queen of Wands energy that came out on the Legacy channel earlier today. I went looking for when the sun is going to conjunct the South Node in Sagittarius, because as I was going to bed the night before last, because I didn't do anything yesterday, um, I was like, it just came to me. I was like, I keep feeling like the Sagittarian energy, but as I'm like, when I read the energy of Sagittarius, it feels more like South Node Sagittarius. And I was like, well, I keep getting this Leo energy as well. And I was like, well, Leo and Sagittarius, Leo is the sun. Sagittarius is holding the South Node right now. So why not look and see when the sun conjuncts the South Node and what the astrology looks like around there? It's going to happen 19 degrees, 58 minutes Sagittarius. And interestingly enough, when that conjunction happens on December 11th here in the US, Mars is going to be 19 degrees Aries direct. So it's going to be another Mars exact trine to the South Node with the sextile to the North Node. Last time that happened, it was 22 degrees. Maybe a week or two ago. I talked about it because I was looking at Pluto was 22 degrees Capricorn. Mars was 22 degrees Aries. The nodes were 22 degrees Gemini and Sagittarius. And then the sun was like 15 degrees Libra. Almost 16, I think. But yeah, this is interesting. Because this, again, part of the vibe here, because it's based around the energy of the Six of Pentacles, which is like you give, or you get what you give. Whatever you pour into it is going to be what you get out of it. But also, it's like if you expect certain things, you have to do a certain amount of work to get them. It's not going to just happen. There are no real participation prizes here, but there are. But we gotta like actually put in work and effort and do some like actual growth and healing and evolution and change and actually face things, because if we don't actually face things, then those things continue to affect us, you know, continue to put us in this energy where we're incapable of claiming what it is that we wish for. Where was I going? That train just completely derailed. That train just disappeared into the ether. It didn't even derail, it just disappeared. What was I talking about? I was talking about the nodes, Mars, this, wishing for stuff, wanting stuff. I feel like I've already, like, it feels like a bunch of stuff that I've been saying for a while, honestly. But the gift that we're being granted is this Ace of Pentacles. Is this whole new world and a new way to experience life. But again, whatever this is, it's almost like it requires us to be an active participant. If the world is going through cleansing and purification, like, is it not also fair for the people to actually do the same? I think that was related to what I was talking about. And like actually doing that instead of distracting ourselves or handing it off on something else. Ariadne, Six of Pentacles. Yes. So this, if you want something, you got to do something. And with Ariadne, there is a mastery there that actually surpassed that of the gods. So in my mind, that reads as, again, us being in these positions where we don't have to be so reliant on these higher powers and higher energies, basically to like encourage us to be decent people or whatever, because it's like, well, we're not reliant on the Hierophant to get access to that energy, where we can go to that energy directly, because when we rely on the Hierophant, we're subjected to the whims of the Hierophant. And those systems can change and evolve so quick, and you already develop this like loyalty and fealty to that energy to the point where it's like, I don't know. Don't necessarily got to go that far. This is about going beyond for yourself and actually doing something with that and not just having the information. Excuse me. Here's the house. So we got the house with the kraken. A crack house. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, the Kraken house. Okay. The tower with this Ace of Pentacles and the anchor with this Two of Wands. So from the house to the tower, this is an energy of building up and an expansion of foundation. The foundation for a tower has to be a lot sturdier than the foundation for the house. And in Lenormand, the tower isn't necessarily the same as the tower in tarot. But it can be a card, I believe, of like organization. Very rigid though. Like a very, very rigid Hierophant type of energy. And then we have the anchor, and it's like the system at play right now, it's like it's crumbling under its own weight because the systems don't actually support or maintain or keep up with the pillars that actually, provide that foundation. It's like it hasn't been updated in a long time. And usually that's fine, but wear and tear is natural. And if you never fix it, the building's eventually going to come down. It's condemned. But we also saw that anchor with the cross sitting across from the garden and the lover's card. And it was like a holy burden type of energy. Like, this is my cross to bear type of energy, but not in a way where, like, I guess in an ego death way. And death did come out with the Ace of Wands. So, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that. We're not literally going to be dying on this cross, okay? Hopefully. And this did say grounding force for the bear energy. And that it feels like that's what this is. This is a need for us to ground ourselves in ourselves and in a more intimate way with spirit rather than being grounded in the structures and the organizations in this Hierophant energy. It's like it's time to bring it a lot closer to home. Because it's impersonal and like unattainable, unreachable. It's impersonal and unreachable. And it doesn't have to be. It was never designed to be that way. But when power and money are involved, and whenever there are people who need a little bit of direction, and while there are people who are glad to take advantage of people who they view as gullible and in need of a little bit of direction, egos. Over here is the Three of Spades, a complete restructuring of home. Well, would you look at that? A breathtaking sight that redefines beauty and allowing one's soul to breathe. Well, here's the home. There's the wrecking ball. Well, honestly, it feels like this anchor wrecking ball is going to demolish the tower into the home. Like, there's a lot in the foundation. There's a lot of extra stuff that doesn't actually serve. And it is an energy of downsizing. To go a little bit more intimate. Or a lot bit more intimate, honestly. And maybe also like allowing one's soul to breathe is what this Hangman in reverse is related to. Because it's almost like with the tower and with Hierophant energy and just with life in general. And like the non-stop constant grind, it's like it never gives people time to get to know themselves, and with marketing being what it is, it puts people in this constant space of not feeling good enough, not feeling pretty enough, smart enough, whatever. So it keeps people chasing these things outside of themselves, when in reality everything can be met on the inside. And it's one thing, it reminds me, I think maybe I said it earlier on the Legacy channel, it's like, just like love is an action word, self love is an action word, or action words. It's an action, it's a compound action word. Okay? So, what action are you compounding behind your self love? And it really does compound. But it's about more than just saying it, it's about actually doing something with that. And when we reach a certain threshold, when we reach a certain point, it isn't even necessarily that we're granted permission to navigate in a certain way. We just start to do it. We just start to naturally align in these ways. And again, we go through that transformation of desire because we get closer and closer to ourselves, and we get further and further away from Hierophant energy. We're going beyond Hierophant. Beyond the Hierophant. That's what I'm going to title this. I'm going to title this right now. And I didn't even timestamp when I actually started reading the cards. And I was going to do that, but I didn't. Beyond the Hierophant. Presented by the Hierofish. Love it. Okay, let's put all these away. Let's put all these away. Put all these away. It's so interesting that the energy of the bear, 10 of Wands, or 10 of Clubs, came out at the bottom of both of these. Should I be surprised by now, as long as I've been pulling cards? No. Am I still surprised when things like that happen? Yes. Never gets old. Never gets old. And then the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck, where we actually have here's the 10 of Swords, the Griffin at the top of the deck that just wanted to be seen. There's that ego death. But the King of Pentacles is when we actually have like a little bit of a say, a little bit of a sway, a little bit of a position, a little bit of a seat in this brand new Ace of Pentacles world. Because again, we're taking, and look, there's the Three of Swords again, the alien. The alien was behind the Death card, I think, when I went looking for the Lovers. Three of Swords, Three of Spades. Another confirmation. Yeah. Man, train of thought. No, that one got derailed. I don't think that one just vanished into the ether. Gets us a seat at the table in this new world because we're taking charge. We're taking our power back from Hierophant energy and Devil energy. Right? Because again, like, I feel like Hierophant energy, it's to get us closer to that knowing, but eventually for us to know for ourselves. But we just put all of our dependency on something or someone else. And so we stop short of everything that we can attain and achieve. Right? Because it's like we're handing our power over, we're handing our judgment over. Well, welcome out. Ooh, sometimes you gotta go through a little Three of Swords to get a little 10 of Cups action with that Leviathan at the bottom of the deck. That Three of Swords wanted to be seen so bad. It's alien. Talk about aliens, talking about your Pleiadians, your Andromedans. You may resonate to the star system of Andromeda. If you watch this and you resonate, you may be an Andromedan starseed. I actually had a dream about an Andromedan over a year ago, I think. It was interesting. So there was this lonely Andromedan who was like stranded on Earth and who was like freaking the freak out. He looked like a person to me. Like I couldn't physically tell this person apart from anybody else, but something in my brain was like, this dude is a lonely Andromedan stranded on Earth. He kind of been through some things right now, and he's a little testy, we'll say. Fragile. Not fragile, but fragile. Confused. He's a little confused. And so I was trying to help him out because something told me to help this dude out. And I'm just like, okay. And then he didn't trust me, right? So there was like a piece of technology or something. I think it had something to do with DNA. I don't remember. It was a while ago. I recorded it, I think, but did I? Because there's some dreams that I'm like fairly certain that I recorded in my little dream place where I record all my dreams, and they're not there. I said, wait, what? I'm like so sure I recorded this dream. Where is it? Not there. But anyway, so by the end of the dream, I basically ended up proving to him that I was there to help him, and he calmed down. And then I had a dream about some kind of like hybrid Andromedan program or something. It was like real Little House on the Prairie type looking stuff. It was like these people and these kids came out of this like, it was like, have you seen the cars where like the door like opens up or something? It was like this barn, but the outside of the barn like just like opened up in some kind of way, and these people stepped out. And again, they just looked like people to me. And then they like did something with their hands, and then they all just like teleported to Earth, I guess, as part of this hybrid program or something. I don't know. That was the dream I had about an Andromedan like a year ago. Three of Swords, feeling like you don't belong. You may be a starseed if you feel like you just don't fit in with humans at all. Let me stop. But hey, maybe you feel like you're a starseed and like you don't get this Earth stuff, but now we're coming into a position where, I don't know, maybe you're supposed to step up and show us how it's done in your star system, right? If you're so smart, then why don't you show us how it's done? Well, it's time for people to start doing that, because like I said, we can't keep doing whatever we was doing down here, because if it's not working, there's a mountain. With the clouds at the bottom of the deck, mountain and clouds, mountain is, it's a very Three of Pentacles energy, but this is the task. This is the burden. This is the thing that we can't overcome. Insurmountable challenges and obstacles. Lord Ganesha would totally crush this energy. I was just thinking about the wisdom of Lord Ganesha earlier today, so I am going to take this as an opportunity to pull us a card from the wisdom of Lord Ganesha, since the mountain wanted to show itself, because y'all know Lord Ganesha will help overcome any obstacle. That's kind of sort of his thing. And with clouds at the bottom of the deck, it's like we don't even see what the real obstacle is. And that's why it's a very Eight of Swords type of energy. That's why we can't overcome it, because we don't see it. So, Lord Ganesha, I'm actually going to need this book, so, because I do want to read. I will read this, and if we got to struggle today, we struggle today. Who is this? Understanding and Blessings. Oh, snap. I think I remember that. So let's see what we get to overcome these obstacles that we can't even see, but you can feel them. It reminds me of a video game when you hit an invisible barrier and you're just like, why can't I progress any further? But your character keeps moving. Like your movement animation continues, but you just don't go anywhere. So if you weren't paying attention, You wouldn't even know that you're not moving anywhere. Okay. Can I get one card for this Eight of Swords feeling? Or like 5 energy? Okay, it's only 3. That's fine. Bottom of the deck is number 55. No, number 35, sorry. Believe it or not, it's personal transformation. I have not seen this card yet. I love this card. Personal transformation. Is that not what I've been talking about? It's fine. It's cool. It's cool. We all go through it at, our own time, but, I'm not gonna stick around for anybody, honestly. If there's one thing that life is teaching me at this very moment in my own personal life within the past month or so, let's go back to September, beginning of September, end of August. It all started with that one day I felt absolutely powerless to help the people that I care about in any tangible way outside of just, words or listening or whatever. And then I get to a spot where I'm like, wow, people really do make their own decisions. People make their own choices. I can't be mad. I can't be upset. If you don't want better for yourself, then hey, who am I to want better for you? Do what you want to do. It's your life, you know. And that's so much of my experience right now. Just like, wow. Like, I'm just going to do what I can do for me because I can't do anything for anybody. And I'm not even in a space to try anymore, honestly. I'm really not. Because, self love is action words. And I gotta love myself. And again, like, we all have our own choices. And choices come with consequences, fortunately and unfortunately. So, who am I? Right? So, here's some insight, number 26. I haven't seen this card. Love this. Insight. Embrace, number 11. I don't think I've actually read Embrace. And Revelation, number 15. When we embrace the insight, it leads to a revelation. And this revelation, this embrace, this insight, relating probably to personal transformation. This is why I love the wisdom of Lord Ganesha. Yes, come through, Lord Ganesha. Get us over this mountain, please. He ain't gonna help us. He'll help us get over the mountain. Because I don't think even he's gonna. I don't think we in the business of just doing stuff for people anymore. Because when you just do stuff for people, turns out they don't learn anything. Who would have known? Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed that by just doing stuff for people, they learn absolutely nothing? And they continue to repeat the same mistakes over and over because they know that they'll get bailed out. And then it's like consequences don't matter. Consequences isn't real. You fool. Consequences are only for those who are not. Whatever, I don't know. Insight. Your inner compass knows the key to your true happiness. And did we not start with the key and the lady? I think we did. If you recall, if you rewind it back. The key and the lady. Your inner compass knows the key to your true happiness. Ganesha is focusing attention to your third eye chakra. He is acknowledging that you are in a phase where you can grow and expand your consciousness. Intuition is the voice of the spirit and soul. It can be heard when you are in a state of calm. You have the ability to tune into a strong, clear connection. The guidance you receive from the divine can always be trusted. The intuitive insights you receive speak to you about things that directly affect your life, relationships, and personal process. You may find that your intuition grows and becomes clearer the more you tune in and allow it and follow it. Sorry, the more you tune in and follow it. The more you clear the third eye chakra energy space and practice using your intuition, the more clearly you will see in every way. Indigo blue is the color for the third eye chakra. When the third eye chakra is in balance, you are self-realized. You will find that you live in harmony with your expanded true self and with people who you interact with in your life. This does not mean that you will never have problems, but rather that you look at them with a different perspective. You may find that you are charismatic, empathic, and highly intuitive. You are intelligent with a good imagination and accurate perceptions. Now we go to embrace, where we actually, listen to this thing that was given to all of us. Let me stop. Why am I like this? I'm sorry. So, number 11, embrace. Believe in yourself and others to discover a deeper importance to your being. Recognize that your interactions with others are important. Healthy relationships require a lot of work to maintain them. In many parts of the world, hugging is recognized as a familiar kind of greeting, in addition to being a manner of acknowledgement or support and reassurance for someone else. Ganesha is encouraging you to maintain a compassionate heart. Be nurturing towards yourself and others. There will be a lot to be gained from seeing things from a practical or down-to-earth perspective when it comes to dealing with others or pertaining to your present circumstance. Focus on creating a balanced life for yourself. Remember that more can be accomplished when you are serene. Be imaginative and helpful. Deal with issues as they arise. Keep your wits about you while you determine the best course of action and seek simple solutions to fix the problem with minimal fuss. I love that it says, face the issues as they arise, because I've been saying that for a minute. When you put it off, it gets heavier, it gets darker, it gets more difficult to deal with. And I know that it ain't necessarily easy, but it gets less easy the longer you don't deal with it. So, probably isn't going to get any easier later. Might be the easiest now that it's going to be. Depending on the relationship of the people involved, a hug can symbolize familiarity, love, affection, or friendship. A person may hug another in a show of support, comfort, or to console. There is an exchanging of energy that takes place as you give and receive at the same time. And last but not least was number 15, which was Revelation. Get ready for key changes in your external and internal worlds, Ace of Pentacles. You have come to the end of a cycle, and it is time for you to create something new. Through this card, Ganesha is indicating that it is time to break down some of the structures that you have created in your world. This has the potential to feel painful and challenging if you resist the process. This revelation coming to you may relate to your ego and your illusion of separateness from others. You will develop a new perspective on things, and your revelation will help you grow stronger, wiser, and more composed. You might encounter some challenges along the way, but these are necessary for your spiritual growth and enlightenment. Honesty will bring about a positive change, even if you experience some pain and anxiety throughout the process. When you begin to reach for your goal, you will come to realize that your true security and strength lie within yourself and your relationship with the universe, and not in some false belief system or artificially created world. Hierophant energy. Literally been talking about it. It's fine. Be willing to reveal your truth to those around you. And I am going to read that personal transformation. I believe it was number 30. Oh, look, open right to it, number 35. Here we go. Oh, this is a 2-pager. Well, it's like a page and, well, yeah, like a page and a fifth. Maybe not even a fifth, like a sixth of a page. Your soul is assisting you with creating changes to align you with your life's purpose. What? Really? Imagine that. Ganesha is pointing to the heavens and encouraging you to be open to new ideas and the growth of your spirit. Listen to the still small voice within. You may have been feeling a strong desire to obtain or experience again a sense of meaning, inspiration, or purpose in your life. This is likely a time in which you are making some significant adjustments in your life. These adjustments are helping you in the process of changing yourself from the old you to the new you, and you will soon benefit from a fresh perspective on life. You are in a great place now for honoring the person who you truly are or want to be, rather than simply following routine that has little meaning to you. Well, following a routine that has little meaning to you. This is a profound spiritual journey that you are experiencing, which brings greater meaning and purpose into your life. This will renew your inner energy. Eliminate everything in your life that is not essential to your transformation. Realize that some of your activities may be in place simply to act as buffers or distractions from what is truly important. Allow the changes that are taking place and trust that a period of greater calm and stability will follow. Ganesha is calling you to your destiny. Your calls for guidance have not gone unnoticed, and you will ultimately find what you are yearning for. I love that energy. See, I wanted to use this deck earlier today because I was like, I want to use some decks that I haven't used in a while. I was like, I could use the Wisdom of Lord Ganesha, but I was like, nah, see, Wisdom of Lord Ganesha ain't a deck to just play with in my mind. So I am very, very, very glad I got to use it today. Because those messages were pretty darn awesome if you ask me, but, call me biased. Ganesha is like, I don't really follow the Hindu pantheon at all, really. But Ganesha and Kali are like my two. Kali for the transformation, Ganesha for overcoming obstacles. Honestly, like one of the first cards I pulled from the Animal Spirit Oracle cards when I got them was the elephant, and it talked about Lord Ganesha and how it's associated with elephant energy can create boundaries when there need to be boundaries, but it can also help us overcome them. So that's, the mountain in the clouds. And maybe, this isn't even. Maybe this is also. I do want to find the Eight of Clubs really quick to read what that is over here. But maybe it's also this space of. Oh, it's right here. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Eight of Clubs. An immediately met request, a land where all seasons reside, and a return to center. That return to center, that's it. That's what it is. But, we got to find a way there. I forget what I was saying, y'all. I forget. I'm glad I pulled those cards. Glad this came out. Oh, the mountains. The clouds on top of the mountains. Some mountains are high enough that they just have clouds around them, right? And so maybe we're just reaching this summit point. We're nearing the summit of the mountain, but that's where the clouds come in. That's where it's the coldest. And if we're not prepared, we get a little shook. Hopefully it ain't what is it? What was the party? The Donner Party? Was it the Donner Party? The people who climbed Mount Everest or something and then they resorted to cannibalism. Yeah, apparently we're going there today, but Halloween vibes, right? I guess. Because they weren't prepared. So then they ate each other. Or somebody ate the other people. I don't know if the person ended up making it off the mountain, but if we know about it, probably. Unless somebody just went up there and they found like the remains or something. Ooh, that's grim. Let's hold up. Let's just do this really quick because why not? Why not just ding this dong a little bit? That yeah, I should have just said ring the bell. Should have just said ring the bell. Honestly, did not have to say anything about dinging dongs, even though. Thank you. That was gorgeous. I might have to do that more often. Moroccan. Somebody said something about. No, nobody said anything about Morocco. I don't know why that just popped into my mind. I was like, oh, somebody said something about Morocco earlier today. I'm like, wait, no, Patrick, that didn't happen. Stripped Bear, a game of charades and a day with no mirrors. 26, 2, 7, 5, 6, and 4. Excuse me, 9 of clubs. Bottom of the deck is the 2 of hearts. Being between worlds, a vision brought to life, choices that require foresight and communication. 37, 6, 11, 2, 6, and 3. Ooh. Speaking of the transition period, let's see what the 9 of clubs is about. Where did my phone literally just go? Oh, here it is. I'd be so forgetful. Did you miss me? Oh, hey, Clorinda. I must have been reading the book. It's been 2 minutes. I'm sorry, Clorinda. Welcome back. Did y'all hear me read that? Like, hey, got through it, no problems. 9 of clubs is the fox. We've seen the fox. Selfishness, self-care, trickery, suspicion, cunning, caution, negative, difficult timing. I say emphasis on self-care, but also the exposing of some selfishness and some trickery and some other stuff. But it feels more like self-deceit than anything. Because here's the game of charades. But here we're stripped bare. And then we have the day with no mirrors. I can't remember exactly what a day with no mirrors was, but it was this energy of not encountering these external reflections of yourself for roughly a 24-hour period and what that would be like when you're stripped bare and when everyone else is stripped bare and we're all living closer to our authentic truths rather than going around reflecting the things to people that they need to see and having the things reflected back to us that we need to see because we're actually in a space of handling it ourselves. But no problem, Clorinda. You came in just in time for the singing bowl. It was gorgeous, wasn't it? I needed it. I love it. Is that all the cards? Oh yeah, that's all the cards. All the cards have been put away. So you come back just in time for me to say, see you later. Clorinda. Excellent timing. Alright, I guess that's it. I don't think there's anything else that I need. I just got a taste for some kind of food, but I am not hungry. You felt it. Well, I'm glad. I did too. I feel it in my heart space a little bit. I feel like my heart is just just opening up a little bit, and also something just happened in my head, but that's fine. Impeccable timing, as always. As always. So I hope y'all have a good whatever whenever you see this. Thank you so much, Clarinda, for coming in and interacting and engaging. It was so fun. I hope y'all are acting in alignment to make, the best case scenario your actual, like, real life lived reality. Sometimes you gotta face a kraken if you want to get it, though. It don't necessarily come easy. What's that song? Love don't come easy. It's a game of give and take. I just got to wait. Oh, I just got to wait. Or whatever. I don't know. Alright, I'll catch y'all later. I will catch you later. Just made dinner in the oven, baking now. Chicken, mushroom, and spinach casserole. Ooh, sounds yummy. Did I taste any of that? I don't know. You love that song? I haven't listened to it in a while. But, moon, mice, flowers, you never know. You never know when someone's just going to turn up at your doorstep. Turnip, when someone's going to turnip at your doorstep. Since we're talking about chicken, mushrooms, and spinach. Food, all right? Get it?